Who knew there could be such ingenuity? Is that the word? That's a word, right? Here's a couple comments from the how to make the best PB&J video. This is, you could use the leftover bread and put an egg in the middle. What do they call it? Is it toad in the hole? Where it's the bread toast with the, that's probably not what I'm thinking of. But there's a dish where it's bread with the hole in the center cut out and you put an egg in it. So yes, I was making Uncrustables. So maybe not, it's not toad in the hole, but it is, that's completely separate. But it is an egg in the middle of toast. Oh, see? See, maybe it's just a different name for it. I don't, okay. Here's what's funny. The next comment says you can also use bread for some toad in the hole. I did not see that. I did not read that before I said toad in the hole. I promise. I've been having this whole conversation about toad in the hole when it was the next comment that I did not read. That is hilarious. You can even save the scraps, use it for breadcrumbs. You can make like a bread pudding situation, you know, gather up a few bread scraps. Bread keeps well in the freezer and then use it up when you need it. Moving on, toad in the hole was the next. Maybe I subconsciously read it and didn't really realize. How to clean suede shoes. This is the first time I've ever seen this guy. This guy has the best energy, so I think I'll stay a while. Well, thank you, welcome. We do a lot of fun things here. We like to share and educate and also have a good time and entertain, so welcome to the club. That's why I buy crustless bread. I don't think I've ever, how would you make crustless bread? Do they sell crustless bread? I've never seen crustless bread before. Is this a thing?
Yes.
What?
Bare crustless bread.
Let me see. Oh no. I always go on rants during this thing, but you can eat some crust on bread, and I'm sure there's some studies or some facts and figures out there saying like the crust is good for you. If you're gonna eat bread, come on now. You don't need to buy crustless bread. H-E-B has it. Oh, we don't have H-E-B here, but I remember really liking H-E-B. Citrus juicing hack. Another way to get out all the juice, fold a paper towel several times, then put the uncut part on the fruit, put it in between your teeth and bite down hard, squeeze the juice into the bowl. You'll be surprised how much more juice comes out. Paper towel is used to block some of the bitterness from the rind. Points for originality. If it works for you, I'm glad this person is using their brain and at least trying something new. Keep biting your citrus. I'll keep using my tongs though. How to organize your spice drawer. I love this video because organizing is probably like one of my most favorite things to do. I love cooking, cleaning, you know, all that kind of stuff. Fun. But organizing, just when you look at a shelf and it's like everything's in the perfect place. Oh, I love that so much. But isn't that drawer too close to the heat source? I'm looking at you, oven. Everybody's home is different. Everybody's drawers and cabinets are in different places. The heat from your burner shouldn't affect your cabinets too much. And the spices are fine as long as they're in like a semi-cool, dry place. It's not like it's getting 300 degrees in there, even 200 or even 100 degrees. You'd have burned counters if your oven or your stove was making your drawer that hot. The reason why I keep those spices by the stove or up in the cabinet is because you want easy access to where you're cooking. You don't want to go down a few cabinets, down a few drawers, back somewhere when you're getting spices. And I do recommend, you know, any recipe you're making, get all the ingredients, all the spices, everything you want out and where you need it. But a lot of times when I'm cooking, I'm not doing all that prep. I'm just, you know, kind of making something off the fly. Maybe you are too. You just grab some spices, you put it in, you put it back in the cabinet. It's a little bit more freeform that way. How to clean suede shoes. That was definitely a popsicle stick, not a nail file. It was actually, in fact, a nail file. I found a small little kit. It was like multiple nail files. They were very thin. It was a nail file. It was not a popsicle stick, but similar shape. Yes. But that gives me an idea. Can I get sandpaper, like a really fine grit sandpaper, glue it to a bunch of popsicle sticks and make my own nail files? I don't think there'd be a reason why you'd need to do that. You could. How to fix water damaged phone. Oh my gosh, this is a classic of ours. The rice technique, putting your phone in rice, isn't that effective. Those silica packets that you find and everything, those are better at reducing moisture in electronics if you dropped them in water. It actually worked on my brother's phone. We now love your channel because he's happy now. Oh, that's so great. Glad your brother's phone is working and glad the silica packets worked for you. And you don't even need to buy the silica packets. I'm sure if you accumulate the ones you find and everything you purchase, like all those things you purchase, you find those silica packets, just save those up in a baggie, in a drawer. In no time, you'll have enough to use for whenever water damage comes up. Hopefully it's not that often. And these silica packets I bought, you can actually reactivate them. I think there's instructions on how to like keep using them. So there's that too. They're not like something you can just, you just need to throw away. You can actually reuse them for a time. Multi-purpose kitchen heroes. One of my mottos, it's not coming in the house, it's not coming in the kitchen unless it serves multiple purposes. I don't have enough room, enough storage to just be collecting things. So I like everything to have multiple purposes, multiple uses, and actually bring value to my home. Whenever I have to finely chop ground beef, I use the exact potato, oh yes, I use the exact potato masher to get really small bits of, yeah, so that's great. A lot of people, you know when you're trying to separate beef when you're like sauteing it or whatever, a lot of people do use the potato masher to like get a finer texture to get, and it's a lot easier to do than with a wooden spoon. My one caveat here I will say is a lot of those potato mashers are metal, so you wanna be careful with what cooking pan you're using. So if you're using non-stick, something that scratches easily, maybe avoid, you're gonna want to avoid that metal utensil on those surfaces. I think it's a great idea if you're cooking in the proper pan. So then your potato masher is useful for more than just potatoes. I use the potato masher to mash bananas for banana bread. Genius, I love that. The other thing I do too, well, not everybody has a stand mixer, so it's really easy to like mash up bananas in a stand mixer with the paddle attachment, even the whisk attachment. Now, if you're making banana bread, you want super ripe bananas, so they're very soft, but sometimes those bananas aren't quite soft enough, so you can take a little shortcut, a little cheat, and use that banana masher. I guess it's a potato masher. It's just a masher. Let's just take potato out of it and just call it a masher. Bros make me feel like he's on Shark Tank right now. Well, did I get your investment? Did I get your money? I mean, that's the whole fun and point of Problem Solved, is that you don't need specialty products to do some things. You can just find what's in your house to already do it, so you don't always have to buy a gadget or a gizmo or a gimmick to do something. How to organize your spice drawer, but not necessarily related to the spice drawer, but how to clean a basketball or sports balls. Sir, I like your ideas, and maybe we'll do a sports ball themed episode and find some dirty sports equipment to clean up. Sports balls and whatnot. How to clean suede shoes. This is awesome, and I'm so sorry, but I kept hearing, did I do that? The glasses. Urkel was one of my heroes growing up. His sterilization advice. My flatmate used my cooking pot to soak her infected sock. Now, I think if your sock was infected, you should just probably throw it away. That would be my advice. And definitely try to keep like things for cooking only made for cooking. You can clean the pot. I'm sure there's people who's like, oh, it's disgusting, you need to throw that pot away. You can clean it, it's safe to use again, but roommates can be tough sometimes, right? Large black mold in dorm fridge, any tips? That is severe. Was boiling balsamic vinegar outside and forgot about it for a few hours. You could try to soak it. You know, a lot of pots and pans, if they're scorched, fill it with water and put it back on the stove, a little heat there. Don't forget about it this time. If you have something on the stove and you walk away, set a reminder, keep your phone with you, set a reminder, set a timer or something. Stain on the counter from a wet pink Post-it note. Well, that looks gnarly. I guess the dye transferred into the, like, looks like maybe like a linoleum top, which is probably porous enough to soak up some of that stain. Oof. Well, I would first start with the typical solutions, like a hydrogen peroxide or maybe even some rubbing alcohol. How much does it cost to buy 898,000 subscribers? It's free if you make good content, right? They earn their subs from shorts and their 300+ million views. Well, thank you. I love the defenders. Pet peeves about cleaning are when people don't wash their hands before unloading the dishwasher. Oh, that's kind of funny. Yeah, wash your hands before you unload the dishwasher. Before you clean your hands, and then after you clean your hands. I'm using the same laundry bin for dirty and clean clothes. Oh boy, that is a big one. So yes, if you're doing laundry, I'd most definitely, there's all sorts of people out there. Nobody needs to know your business. But yes, I have a dirty laundry bin, and then my clean laundry goes in my laundry like basket. Two separate things, so I do agree with that. Not everything stays clean forever, so even that dirty laundry bin, if it has a line or anything, throw that in the wash every once in a while. Your laundry basket, even though you keep putting clean clothes in it, just take like a Clorox wipe or a clean towel and wipe it out every once in a while. If you do micro cleaning, you will never have to deep clean your house. I think people get really messy situations when they let messes build up. Clean a little bit every day, here and there, clean up your messes. You will never have to deep clean. It's 2024. We've had Batman shampoo, but still no conditioner, Gordon. That's clever. You just had to be there. I do remember these things. I actually had one of them. This was my childhood though, let me tell you. Beetleborgs, VR Troopers, and Mighty Morphin Power Rangers. My sister in her car has one of these phone charging cords that lights up. It is so distracting. Like, she's used to it, so she can drive fine with it, but anytime I'm a passenger in her car, she has that light up cord, I'm like, I keep doing this, like, I see it flashing. Oh my goodness! The video is a much different story than the photo. It's just probably not the most considerate thing to do in the plane. I use the cord at home to charge some battery-powered lamps I have, and that way I never forget to unplug them. So yes, if the cord is still going off, you know it's still getting power. That's your cue. When you turn off all the lights at night, if that cord is still flashing, you need to unplug that lamp. That's pretty clever. But we did that video. Use those battery packs to power things in your house, like lamps and diffusers and whatnot. And somebody's out there doing it. So good on you, Kevin. I love the comment afterward. That's smart. For home use. Yeah, not on an airplane. I love reading the comments, so keep commenting and maybe I'll read yours the next time.